Hello and welcome guys, it's Axie, and today we're gonna start a new series called the Scholar Review. Now the name will probably change, it's just there as a placeholder, and what we're gonna do is review the game of a scholar. It's not my scholar, it's one of the managers in our Discord, but it's still one of the first one that sent me the games. And if you want me to review your games, because maybe you're struggling, you don't know if your team is good, I'm gonna do a series of these reviews, maybe even daily, and all you have to do is just send me your replays from the games on my Discord. So if you don't know how to get the replays, just go right here into the battle log and press the share button. You're gonna have a link copied into your clipboard, and once you have that link, you need to share it in the Discord, in my Discord. The link is gonna be in the description. And in the Discord, please send it in the replays channel. If you send it anywhere else, I'm not gonna review your games. Just send 3 games in the replay channel with a little bit of a description. Which teams have you fought, which team you are playing, and the more unique your team is, the more of a chance I'm going to pick you for the video. So let's get into the first game of CG. So the game that we are reviewing are from CG, one of the scholars in our Discord, and the team that he's playing is a plant at the front lane using a zigzag, disguise, pumpkin and a yam. The mid lane has a reptile with chomp, disarm, spike throw and allergic reaction, and the back lane dusk has 47 speed with chomp, mystic rush, spike throw and allergic reaction as well. So very similar mid lane and back lane, although the back lane does have a 0 cost that slows you down, and he's facing a double dusk with a plant. Very similar team, except he has a terminator right at the back. So you can see that they both skipped the first round, and in the second round they also play very passive using the pumpkins and the disguise for the extra energy. Our hero has now 6 energy, so in the next round he's gonna have 8 energy, and so he can line up the combo as he pleases, and his opponent is sitting on 7 energy. So both of the players have very high energy, and our hero decides to go for the tri-spike combo. Unfortunately, it's not going to work when it comes to skipping a target, but what he does do is break the shield of a plant and probably get a kill on it as well. The only issue is, you can see right here, his opponent played a double yam. That means with the 4 cards, that means is that he's going to put 8 stacks of poison on himself, because every time you hit a plant with yam, you put a stack of poison onto yourself, and because he played the double yam, those stacks are gonna double as well. So you can see with every card played, he loses 16 health. But what he does right here is very smart, plays a tri-spike first, that way he can skip this dusk if he plays any shield on him, and he did play some shield on him so that he can execute this terminator using these 4 cards, because he didn't play a sticky goo, not expecting the tri-spike to come through in this round, and he lost a backlane dusk. So what CG can now do is just sacrifice this reptile, save up his energy, and then play 1v1 accordingly. He goes for the double mystic rush, not spending any energy on those cards. His opponent does have enough to kill the reptile, losing 2 cards on it, but that's not that big of an issue. Now he really gets a good card draw. He gets a Mystic Rush, applying the slowdown again, then Thorny for the extra damage, and he leaves him with a stun on it as well. He has a crit on it, but that shouldn't matter too much, and he gets another perfect card draw. He does get the Chomp, the Allergic, and the Mystic, allowing him to skip the shield twice, and then execute him with the Thorny. So a very good game. The mid-game tri-spike was the winner when he executed the Terminator right at the back. In the second game, CG is fighting versus a triple cute bunny build. Now this mid lane aqua is something that I have never seen before. It has a bamboo clan with the Terror Chomp, Barb Strike and Nemo, but I don't really understand the bamboo clan because it has 20% increased damage when you play it in a chain with another plant combo, and I would understand it if he had another plant at the back, because then you have more cards to chain with. Or if the front lane plant had a little bit more 0 cost cards like the Bidens, like the Tail, that way you can chain them much more easily. So I'm not really a fan of this mid lane aqua, but let's see how he navigates. He does have a very strong back lane with the pliers. Bird with pliers is really good. Again, round 1 he goes for the pumpkin disguise to get the extra card, get the extra energy as well. And round 2 we are starting a fight. His opponent goes for the single pliers, trying to execute the plant, and another tri-spike combo. We can see how the tri-spikes is very useful in games like this if your opponent doesn't know how to navigate through the tri-spike. He left his bird exposed with not that much shield on it. Therefore, Tri-Spike was able to capitalize on that and execute the bird. Now he's left with very little damage. The front lane plant doesn't have much damage with the cactus, cute bunny, carrot. I'm not a big fan of the carrot, and then the bamboo clan as well. Maybe that was his plan, to sacrifice the bird so that he can have more cards to chain with when it comes to the bamboo, but I'm not really seeing it. I think I'm stretching here. Goes for the disarm, thorny, and a chomp as well, leaving his opponent on just 16 health, and they both have 1 energy left. It does go for the double Nemo, meaning that he's gonna get some of that energy back, and he goes for the cute bunny as well, applying that fear. And then carrot and another cute bunny. The good thing is that you want to have your Axie's position like this. So you have the slower one in the mid lane, and then you have the quicker one in the back lane. So in case you do face a double, triple cute bunny team, you can get rid of that fear using the dusks. So you can see right here, he draws some cards for the dusk. He doesn't have any on the reptile, but you can see how this fear is gonna go down once he kills the plant, because fear is only applied for turns, not for rounds. So you can use this little trick to get rid of fear. It goes for the disarm, which is a risky play. Actually, no, he was going first, so it makes sense. It makes sense to make use of that reptile. Now he slows him down, and he's going to be going first. Now using the double chomp, thorny, and lagging so that he can slow him down for the next round to finish him off. Does ignore the shield twice, goes for the thorny, and that is leaving his opponent on 117 health. He's gonna strike back with a garish worm and double cute bunny, dealing extra damage into a dusk, but I just don't think that's gonna be enough. Goes for the chomp again, and the thorny is gonna be enough to kill this. It's actually a dusk, not an aqua. So yeah, he's gonna deal extra damage, 150 from thorny, and that's gonna be the second win of the day for CG. Before we jump into the third game, let's see how much this team costs if you actually want to buy it. At the front lane, what we have is a yam, leaf bug, pumpkin, and a zigzag front lane. Very good set of cards. You can go for the serious if you want to. I actually recommend going for the zigzag so that if you're facing poison teams, you can actually heal back up. And it's only $320, so that's very, very good. Relatively cheap, I would say. $320 seems like a good price to pay for an Axie right now. In the mid lane, what he has is a Tri-Spike in Scissor together with the thorny, so that you can apply the extra slow in case you need it, and then tiny turtle as well for the stuns. And a reptile like this is going to cost you $212, but you actually want something that has full health, maybe something like this. Now $250, that's a very, very cheap Axie, might be worth purchasing. Let's see if that's a bug, whether you can actually purchase it, because sometimes these Axies get bugged. The whole marketplace is actually getting bugged lately. Yeah, $250 for something like this. This is not a bad Axie. Like, it's worth buying, whether it's for yourself or for a scholar. It's just gonna perform really, really well. And then at the back lane, what he has is a dusk with the lagging, thorny. You actually want the lagging because it is a zero cost, allowing you to stay a little bit more energy efficient. And he has a tiny turtle and another Tri-Spike on it as well for the double Tri-Spike team, but that is on a dusk body. With a little bit extra speed. So what you are looking for is the eyes or the ears to be from an aqua, like here, so that you can have the 47 speed. $267, that is not bad for a full team. That is about $850 for a team. And yeah, and you have the complete team Virgin Sniper, it's what it's called. Not a virgin anymore, but still relatively nice price. So that's what you have to pay if you want to test out this team in the Axie arena. And for the third and final game, CG is facing off versus a Graveland, I believe. Double bug Graveland team, and that is going to be a weakness, a counterplay for this Reptile Dusk setup. Now, you're not going to see many bugs because they are quite rare, so until you are in very, very high MMR, you're not going to see that many bugs, but they are a counter to this team. With every episode, what I want to show you is what counters a particular team like this one, so don't just send me 3 straight straight wins, your perfect games, send me a loss as well, then you're going to be more likely to pick, because I want to show how a team is doing well versus some Axie teams, and then how it's getting counted versus another. So this is going to be a loss, but let's see how this all goes through. Double Parasite and a Sandal to start the game off with. It's gonna deal a nice bit of damage into the plant, but also get rid of the double cards. And you can see how a discard really messes up this team, because when you have double Tri-Spike, what you need is 3 cards to combo it. But if you cannot get those 3 cards, you are pretty screwed. And Double Parasite together with the Pincer is not going to allow you to save up these cards for the perfect Tri-Spike combo. And you also don't have that much extra damage when it comes into attacking bugs, because you don't have any Aqua parts, you don't have any Bird parts, so killing those bugs is not going to be anything nice or anything easy. He goes for the Zigzag together with the Disguise, getting some health back, but his opponent is going to counter with the Disguise Serious himself, and that way he stays in energy advantage. He also has the Gravelance saved up at the backlane. That means he can turn off 3 of his 4 cards right on the Dusk, and 3 of the 4 cards on the Reptile as well, if he wants to do that. His opponent doesn't have that much damage, he only has bug damage, so facing like a double Aqua team is probably a struggle for this double bug setup, but versus this particular Reptile Dusk setup, it should be quite an easy win. Another Parasite, you can see he's running very low on energy and on cards, because he has to spend his energy, otherwise he's not going to have any cards, and he kind of forces you to play into him, and he can then use his Mosquito Bites to heal up or whatever else he might have. It deals extra damage into that Reptile. CG does have 4 energy this turn, but he can't use his cards because he got Gravelanted. Yeah, and his opponent is going to go for Double Pincer and Parasite to get rid of even more cards, and then the Sandal is going to finish off the Reptile, and now it's just an easy win for the bugs, as all he has to play is a single Gravelant, and then the game is done from there. He's gonna get rid of this bug using the Thornies. The Thornies still deal nice bit of damage into the bug, but because of the last stand, he actually does not manage to win. Using the lagging, he can clear it, but you can see the Gravelant is gonna turn off 75% of his cards. And now it's just an unwinnable scenario, because all you have is Tri-Spikes to fight with, and Tri-Spike don't deal any extra damage into the bug. Another Gravelant, set it up, and then he can use the Mosquito Bite to heal up, and that's just gonna be quite an easy win for the bug. So you can see how a team like the Reptile, Dusk and the Plant can be counted using a specific setup of the 2 bugs. Maybe even 1 bug would mess up this team, like a Disablesaurus at the back and then a discard bug in the mid would be very good, but the double bug is obviously gonna be quite disgusting to face against when you have a Reptile Dusk setup. So this was it for this episode. If you guys want to be featured, you know what to do. Just get me a replay in the Discord server with a little bit of a description to what the games are. Show me some losses as well, show me some creative teams, and I'm gonna feature you in the next episode of the review series that we're gonna do. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel for daily Axie Infinite content, and I'll see you in the next one.